Rocketman Ryan Newman has been one of the most successful drivers in NASCAR since the turn of the millennium. With 18 wins, including 8 in a sophomore season, a Daytona 500 win, and a title of 2002 Rookie of the Year, you'd be hard-pressed to find something that he hasn't done. But Ryan may have something to say about that. Newman is no stranger to superspeedway racing. With 73 total starts at Daytona and Talladega, he's tied with Jimmie Johnson for third most among active drivers. However, it seems that whenever the series visits the longest track on the circuit, Newman is snake-bit by bad luck during the event. An average start of 14.9 is respectable, but his average finish of 18.7 doesn't tell the whole story of what happens on 2 Sundays a year in rural Alabama. Some of those memorable moments at Talladega in the last few years have involved the Indiana driver in ways that he probably wishes hadn't happened. However, to get a good overall look at his so-called luck, we must start at the beginning of his experience. His first start at Talladega came in the 2002 Aaron's 499. It looked promising at first as he qualified 8th. However, after 141 laps, his engine expired early and it led to a last place finish.
Engine problems caused by a busted radiator last week at Martinsville.
Yeah, he's definitely falling back there. He's got a cylinder down.
Still down on cylinder.
Kyle Petty battling along in the bottom lane, started in the 6th row today.
This is when people surprise you. Just like Michael, and just like he's surprised how good everybody's running, because everybody's getting everything out of their car now they can. They're not holding anything back. They know they got to make one more stop. They're going to get all out of these babies they can. Now's the time to show.
Talked about Kyle. He's in 8th place. We're riding with Jeff Gordon, who's 10th. Matt, what's the story on Newman?
Matt Borland jumped off the box and said he's down on a cylinder. They're talking to the engine specialist, the engine tuner on this team right now, and they're also going to get back and talk to Ryan, but right now it does not look good for Ryan Newman. He's
battled up toward the front all day and now fallen to the tail end of the line, but still on the lead lap. Jeff?
Mike, one guy we don't want to overlook here is Elliott Sadler. Runs second in Daytona 500. Started way back today. Has now worked himself up to 3rd place and looking pretty strong again.
His best finish here in 5 races.
Oh well. We'll chalk this one up for bad luck. Hell, Dale Jr. finished 42nd in his first Talladega start, and he dominated the place in the early 2000s. Can't get worse from here, can it? After a promising 7th place finish in the caution-free 2002 EA Sports 500, Ryan returned to Talladega with momentum on his side and was no doubt excited to get going. Come on, Ryan, show us what you can do. That feeling of excitement Ryan might have had in his stomach was definitely gone after 3 laps.
Now we talk just like we saw yesterday. You worry about a driver mistake, a mental error, but yesterday we saw a mechanical problem that caused the big one.
Right, Johnny Sauter running 4th, cut down a tire, trouble, turn 1, hard, a car in the wall, and spinning down to the bottom. There's going to be 10 or more cars involved. Johnny Benson. Here they come to the flag, and everybody pretty much out of the throttle. Mayhem in turn 1.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car. Want to check? He may have been involved in that. There he is right there.
I think he made it. He was so far in the back, Larry. I think he made it through okay.
A little bit of damage to his left front. There you see Ryan Newman in the 12 car.
Casey Mears, the nose of his Dodge torn up as well. And Hermie Sadler has crashed out of this race.
No dreams today for Hermie.
This was his very first restrictor plate race start, Hermie.
Jeff Burton on the right, Casey Mears on the left. Darrell, there was contact and one car shot up. Hard hit to the outside wall. Flames erupted, and everybody piled in.
Well, let's see if we can get some kind of idea about what happens here.
Darrell, I believe the 12 car, Ryan Newman, looks like he was out of shape, maybe starting to get loose by himself.
And Newman almost flipped over.
After a terrible crash in the Daytona 500, this wasn't the best of starts for restrictor plate racing in the 2003 season for Ryan. He did rebound later on, though, as he finished 4th in the fall race. Maybe next year will be his year. 2004 proved to be a solid year at Talladega. An average finish of 13.5 that year is 1.4 positions higher than his career average. Maybe Ryan and his Penske team, more known for shorter tracks at the time like Rusty Wallace, will show what they have next year for the longest track in the Cup Series. Are you starting to sense a theme yet? 2005 proved to be a tough year for Ryan at the track. During the Aaron's 499, Newman was involved in the big one on lap 134.
Everybody's in it, Jeff Hammond. I don't want to jinx anybody. Junior and Riggs
get together out there, the 10 car. 8 get together.
But still no major wreck. Junior currently running 6th. And the last time we had everybody...
Oh, I've got trouble right there. Mike Wallace is around right there, along with Matt Kins is also.
And this will take some people out of the race, no doubt, Mike.
And Jeff, that was right at the same point in the pack. Scott Riggs got turned up to the high side. And look how many cars pile in.
I'm seeing 11 cars here on the backstretch. This is 11 cars. I don't think that we're involved.
The accident happened at the exact same point on the racetrack where Riggs got up into Dale Jr. 1 lap ago, the one you saw on replay. Joe Nemechek's car won't run.
You all right? Scott.
All right, there's Ryan Newman, Dave Blaney, Scott Riggs,
I know you probably got the wind knocked out of you. If you can hear me, just key to Mike so we know you're...
That's Ricky Rudd.
In 7 starts at Talladega, this was his third did not finish, 2 from wrecks and 1 from a very excited engine. Third in points after the Dover Chase race, Newman looked like a dark horse championship contender going into the track that he had yet to master. He ran a great race heading into the final green-white checker restart. Coming to the white flag, the number 12 Dodge stood firm in second with a chance to make a move for the win. Finally, Ryan will be able to show us that he can conquer Talladega after his early on woes in his career. Cue Dale Jarrett.
NASCAR warning these drivers to close it up on the restart. Remember, the start-finish line is after the pit road exit, very close to turn 1, instead of in the triangle. All right. Here we go. Now's when they start fanning out. Ensis got down low. Stewart, Dale Jarrett on the inside line. Newman, McMurray, Carl Edwards.
Hey, now Newman's got a good run if he can make a move on the 17, but the 17 will block him.
How long can you hold your breath?
And Matt did exactly what he needed to do. He did a good job on that restart. A good restart, and he anticipated the pass coming off of turn 2.
And he wants to see him bunch up behind him. That 2x2 will slow those guys down.
Now the 17 just got to worry about keeping that 12 car behind him. Well, like I said, you start blocking when there's just one guy trying to pass. It's just tougher to do when you've got 3 or 4.
Tony Stewart up next to Newman.
And he's got to run, too. Now,
Boy,
Matt's going to have to
ever got to run. Last lap.
Oh, man. Here comes Tony Stewart. He's got the lead in turn 1. And Dale Jarrett on the outside.
Unit 20, just the 2 of you. Neck to neck, come on.
Now it just depends on who goes with who.
And how strong that 88 is, we're finally going to find out. Oh, crash! Kyle Petty. Hard crash. We stay green. Now the caution is out. Race is over. There are 19 scoring loops around this track.
The 88.
This wouldn't be the last time Newman was foiled on the last lap. In fact, it was only the tip of the iceberg. If only he knew that. On second thought, maybe not knowing was for the better. Buckle up, folks. It's all downhill from here. The year is now 2006. NBC has broadcasted the Daytona 500 for the first time ever, and Jimmy Johnson, Newman's competitor for the 2002 Rookie of the Year crown, wins his first point-paying restrictor plate race during the Daytona 500. In the same race, Newman comes home second after an unsuccessful pass attempt heading into turn 3 on the last lap. Maybe this is what he needed. Seeing a rival show him how it's done will light a fire under him and propel him to victory.
7 laps complete in the Aaron's 499 on Fox. On the 9th lap of the Aaron's 499, a crash in turn 3. Working up the high side, Kenny Schrader involved, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex. This is Ryan Newman and more.
I got 4 wide. There's Casey Kane, and he's having a great start to his year, but not today. And there's the 21 car of Kevin Harvick.
Harvick had raced his way up to 25th, fallen back to 42nd.
Mike, they get 4 wide right in here, and somebody gets into somebody. I couldn't tell who it was and when. This is coming down the back. Now, they're going to get down here to turn 3, and it happens right in this crowd, right in here. I'm not sure why. There they are.
5 wide.
There's just so many cars in so little space. Oh, the 5 got loose and got in the 12.
And then collects Martin Truex Jr. in the 1 car. Mark Martin nowhere to go.
8 laps into the Aaron's 499, Newman was involved in the big run for the 3rd time in his career at Talladega. He wouldn't let this define him though, as he technically did not have a DNF. He finished 82 laps down. Better than not finishing, I guess. Now you might be wondering when I'm going to finally give you some good news. Well, wait no further. After another decent finish of 12th in the now chase race at Talladega, Newman finally put together a string of 2 decent finishes after coming in 9th in the 2007 Aaron's 499.
Outside lane. Dodge on the outside lane. Who's going to win it?
It's going to come all the way to the wire. Here they go into turn 3.
Teammates working together. 2018, 212. 12 is going to win this race. I don't believe they can catch him back to the line.
He's going to have to make it wide.
Pedal, baby,
He's going
pedal.
to have to make it wide.
It's the Boilermaker, Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman, Roger Penske win the Daytona 500.
Way to go, guys.
Yes, Ryan, you did it. You won our restrictor plate race, and it was in the Daytona 500. Way to show us that you can do it. Let's see if you can keep it up at Talladega.
And he did show us that he can continue that. He finished 8th in the caution-shortened Aaron's 499. Now in Newman's last 4 races at Talladega, his average finish has been an astonishing 8.5. It can only go up from here, right?
The 12 car of Ryan Newman dropped a cylinder, is now headed to the garage area. We'll update you as soon as we know any more on what's going on there. And by the way, the 22 car of Dave.
In his last restrictor plate race in a Dodge, Newman's engine left corrupted in only 48 laps. Oh well, every good thing must come to an end. Kind of like, Gen 4 racing or Breaking Bad. Time to start a new streak, though, and put NASCAR on notice that you're a new force to be reckoned with at Talladega. How do you remember the 2009 Aaron's 499? The 2 big ones taking out a majority of the contenders throughout the race? Maybe Brad Keselowski's first win? How about Jeff Gordon's retro Pepsi paint job? Still loved, by the way. Or how about we talk about the elephant in the room? Carl Edwards' horrific crash into the fence on the final lap. I remember it as that. But do you remember the aftermath of that? Yeah, Carl jogged to the finish line a la Ricky Bobby. But I'm talking before that.
Best shot at winning he's had in a while. He's not going to run second in this race.
When Carl was turned by Keselowski in the tri-oval, it was Newman's hood that acted as a ramp and sent the 99 airborne. It was no fault of his own. Can this guy catch a break?
Related car pushing Carl Edwards, white flag this time.
Yeah, Carl Edwards from the back all day to the lead with 1 to go.
3 Chevys and 1 Ford. And it doesn't matter now. Your friends are where you find them. And from hanging out back, Carl Edwards.
I'll tell you, I don't know if they can catch them. What we've seen today, 2 cars get that big a lit run on them. I don't know that the 39 and the 88 can catch them.
They're in the draft of Edwards and Keselowski.
He's all over you here, just you and him.
Carl Edwards restarted 8th.
If that 09 can stay hooked to the back of that 99, it's going to be hard to get him. It's going to be close right here at the line.
Can Keselowski try to win it?
I don't know. I don't think he can step out until he waits till the last second and picks up.
He goes to the outside. Is Edwards going to
no.
He turns him.
No.
Oh, and that destroyed the front end of Newman's car.
Even with a great 3rd place finish, bad luck always seemed to come down on Ryan. Oh yeah, I should mention, This is not the last time a car was on top of Ryan at Talladega either. The tension was high as ever in the final 5 laps of the 2009 AMP Energy 500. Fuel was low, time was short, and drivers were trying to push their way to the front. It was at this time that Ryan decided to do a Carl Edwards impersonation.
On its side, flipped over on its roof, and then slid down across the racetrack into the grassy area. 47 cars moved away of Ambrose, as well as a 29 of Harvick.
Yeah, these cars get turned around, like especially at the highest speed part of the track, at the end of the straightaway, and they get turned around and they just lift off the ground. We could see it tumbling from that point.
Let's show you again what happened here. 5 laps to go at Talladega. Watch a car get turned around.
He and his teammate Tony Stewart got into the wall, but you can see it turns Ryan Newman around. As soon as it does, it's almost like that wing acts as to help to lift the car up. Lands on Kevin Harvick's hood. See Elliott Sadler there involved.
Elliott trying to jam the brakes on to keep from hitting the 39 as it was pirouetting up the track. He's able to miss it. Harvick able to get the car woed down as the 39 just comes rolling down on its roof onto the grass and comes over again another 360 before coming to rest on its top.
After entering the race in 7th place in points, 312 back, he left in 8th, 402 behind the leader. At least Kevin Harvick joined him in the elusive club of drivers to have a car land on top of him though. Oh yeah, that counter? Keep it handy. We're going to use it again. And again. 2010 brought along a new decade and a new spoiler on the cars. Maybe it brought along a new Newman at Talladega. Time to leave the past behind and focus on the present and future. The 2010s at Talladega for Newman looked good to the first 186.75 laps during the Aaron's 499. He ran towards the front, coming around to the white flag. And then turn 3 happened.
Who's going to go? Who's going to go where?
If the leader takes the white flag under green, the next flag will end the race. Oh, around goes Newman! Newman up into Logano! 5!
Mike Joy and Darrell Waltrip caught on to Newman's bad luck at the Alabama track, with the camera panning in Newman's wrecked car sitting idle in the infield grass.
What did we say 30 laps ago? You said, Darrell, not sure if you want to be around Ryan Newman. His luck here is not very good.
And no disrespect to him as a driver.
No, not at all.
He is just snake bit on these restrictor plate tracks. That's his second car of the weekend.
Keselowski, last year's winner in the 12.
Alright, I finally have some more good news to tell you all about Ryan Newman, if you want to call it that. The 2010 Talladega Chase Race was Ryan's first finish at the track, completing all laps and not having a car on top of him since the 2008 spring race. A streak of 917 days and 6 races. But that streak came to an end at a cost though, as he finished 23rd. His average finish in those 6 races, 24.67. Newman had damage from earlier in the 2011 Aaron's 499. That didn't stop him though, as with 15 left, he ran in 11th place. On the backstretch, however, a little tap from Denny Hamlin sent him flying towards the inside wall, a la Kyle Petty in 2005. To his credit, he made one hell of a save by keeping it off the wall, but that didn't help his finish of 25th.
Around goes a car in the back straightaway, and it's Newman.
Can he save it again?
Yeah,
he did.
And we have no caution.
Oh yeah, he's got to stop.
Now we'll have one.
Well, he's probably got 4 tires, and you can't drive that thing around that far on 4 flat tires.
Yeah, he's
but
all
keeping that car off the wall, another.
Caution out, caution. Left side damage, guys.
Just amazing example of car control by Ryan Newman. How's this start? He's got help from Hamlin. Top of your screen.
Just got into him just a little bit wrong right there, and it doesn't take a whole lot of just. I know you can shove and push, but you get that wrong angle. I'm not.
Okay. It seems that all I've told you about Newman's luck in the 2010 so far is negative. You know what? Maybe it is. But one stat did improve. In his first 3 Talladega starts between 2002 and 2003, since 2002 was his rookie year, he only had 2 DNFs. But in the 2010s, his first 3 starts yielded only 1 DNF. The 2011 Good Sam Club 500 was next up for Newman to attempt to conquer at least. Running 34th on lap 80 gave no reason for concern. We all know how crazy Talladega can be. But it was crazy today in this sense that he slid through the grass and destroyed a splitter.
Some damage on the left front of that car. That's just the air literally sucking that car around as he got up beside of David Ruderman. When you're
He finished 38th, 16 laps down. Okay, Ryan, it's time to hit the reset button. New year, new racer. Time to show that you still have 2008 Ryan in you. Unfortunately, his engine had the 2008 mindset as well. Mindset where it blows up early and leads to a 36th place finish.
Along with Kevin Harvick, and note the thermometer up there at headrest level, 108.9 degrees. Think of what the floorboards are putting out.
A lot of the drivers are already complaining about heat in the cockpit, but remember, we saw Clint Boyer. I mean, we're 20 laps in the race. We got Ryan Newman off the pace here, going down the back, looks like. No, he's coming down pit road.
Yeah, he's going to make it to pit road. Ryan, our Martinsville winner, comes in here 10th in the points. You can see Steve Burns. We're seeing water being spit out at the base of the windshield. Seems like he's overheating.
That's exactly what's happening, Larry Mack. In fact, the crew already heading to the garage area, and that's where they will meet Ryan Newman.
So Newman may be the first or second victim of engine overheating in this race, which is only 44 of 100.
The 2012 fall race is best remembered for the huge crash on the final lap. Now Ryan was involved in it, but I'll give him a pass since everyone but like maybe 5 drivers were involved. He made it 4 wide though, so at least he tried to go for the win. Plus, he finished 9th since hardly anyone else could make it back to the finish at more than 120 miles an hour. So, this was his first top 10 at Talladega since the aforementioned 2009 Aaron's 499. 1,260 days ago.
Ryan Newman makes it 4 wide back in the pack. That was close. Matt Kenseth and Clint Boyer. Contact there as Kenseth tried to clear Boyer. Casey Kane trying to push his way through, and it's Tony Stewart in the outside lane with Sam Hornish behind him. Yeah, Matt Kenseth sitting duck right here. They could be coming by him on both sides.
Outside. What's the
Stewart to the lead at the white flag. We're on the last lap. Will they make it back?
Well, he will pass the pass when he's got the 49 pushing him here.
4 deep behind Stewart and Kenseth. Now Kevin Harvick's got some real help coming towards the front here. Michael Waltrip in the 55. Into the picture. Pushed by Casey Mears. Kenseth with Harvick behind him. Oh, there's contact. Stewart into the middle of the pack and over.
Fortune's out.
And a huge wreck to end this race. Matt Kenseth is going to get to the finish line.
I hope you have that counter ready, because we're gonna need it. "2013 brought along the Gen 6 car and another Jimmy Johnson Daytona 500 win. Now this didn't end up boding well for Ryan in the next Talladega race, as in the 2006 Aaron's 499, he was involved with the big one early on. But this time it will be different. He'd be involved in the big one late in the race.
Just don't say no way. This is crazy. Crazy
They ain't gonna
stuff.
make it.
They got to make it 6 more times.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There was no way.
Oh, it's Kurt Busch up and over. Boyer's in it. Bobby Labonte's in it. Stremmy's in it. Jeff Gordon down to the ground.
Nothing else coming from behind you.
And Kurt Busch went over and over.
Boyer, McMurray.
They're just, guys.
Tally up another car on top of Newman.
Situations several times, there's no way you can race that way and make.
So since the 2009 Aaron's 499, Ryan has finished in the top 10 twice at Talladega, but he's also had 2 cars on top of him. Dude, I can't make this shit up.
Assigned to safety crews that he is okay.
The 78 car, Kurt Busch, it is destroyed.
Oh, and J.J. Yaley on track for his second top 10 restrictor plate finish, and Danica Patrick, both torn up.
Yeah, J.J.
I have something to tell you all. I was about to lose all hope. His last top 10 that not involved the majority of cars in front of him crashing was in 2009. Cue the fall race of 2013. Ryan had another big win, in his home state no less, during the Brickyard 400. The streak of fad luck seemed to come to end at Talladega too, as he finished 9th in a finish resembling the end of the 2006 fall race. Good job ending the streak, Ryan. Let's keep it up. 2014 brought about more change for Newman. This year he'd be driving the number 31 Caterpillar Chevrolet, taking over for Jeff Burton. Maybe this is what he needed. Only one top 5 in his time at Stewart Haas seems to agree. In fact, in his first race at Talladega for Richard, in the 2014 Aaron's 499, he's faring half decent with 6 to go.
Wall, turn 1. Carl Edwards off Ryan Newman. Caution.
Yep. 2 or 3.
At least he didn't hit anything. He finished in 18th. It's been a while since Ryan had a great run at Talladega. Since his last top 5 finish in 2009, Newman has won 4 races. Jimmy Johnson has won 3 championships. His former boss Tony Stewart won his 3rd and final championship, and his former car manufacturer, Dodge, left the Cup Series indefinitely. Please come back, I miss you. With this new chase format incentivizing good finishes, Newman was at home. He never gave an inch on the track, and in the round of 12 of the 2014 chase, it gave Newman a great opportunity to win his first race for Childress. I'll let this green-white checker finish speak for itself.
Mike Logano timed that pretty perfectly to be right on the bumper of the 2.
Oh, trouble, Trevor Bayne. He's gonna save it. Looked like maybe off the nose of Jimmy Johnson. We stay under green. But for how long? Keselowski's clear of Newman. Now Kevin Harvick makes a run to the outside lane. Matt Kenseth was pushing him. Logano to block.
He's left his teammate out there all alone, though.
To the white flag. Ryan Newman to the outside of Keselowski. Newman leads at that line. Who leads at the next one?
But you got to get back to the front because a caution could happen and you could be out of luck. Keselowski really doesn't have the help that he's going to need to win this race.
And he must win it.
But he's in good shape now because Newman has no push.
Here comes Landon Castle behind Matt Kenseth, behind Brad Keselowski.
But watch Kenseth, he can still make a move.
Landon Castle to the outside, tri-oval, sprint to the checkered flag. Who wins? Brad Keselowski wins it at Talladega.
Well, 5th is better than 6th. Or 43rd. Luckily for Ryan, though, this didn't eliminate him from the chase, and he almost shocked the NASCAR world by finishing 2nd to Kevin Harvick at Homestead. Are you also cautiously optimistic about the next race? The theme seems to be have a good run, and then the next time out, have something go terribly wrong. Well, there's no need to worry. Newman finished 7th on the day, so maybe next time he can start to get it turned around with the team supporting him. And he did it again. A 12th in the chase race now brings his average finish over the last 3 races to an 8.0. Maybe a win is next on his resume, but he'd have to wait until 2016 to make another run at it. But I'm feeling it. Come on, Ryan. You got this.
If we're not seeing it today with these Fords, look at that. 2, 22, and 6.
Chris on the leader.
Well, Brett Keselowski's one here.
Car to wall, turn 1 hard.
Oh, that's going to be big. Big.
Oh, huge wreck.
Everybody.
They're still running into each other. Newman's on fire.
13 cars got away. Everybody else is in it. Jimmy Johnson was getting a push from Kurt Busch.
Oh. Well, that didn't go as expected. At least it wasn't a DNF. He finished just in 28th place 10 laps down. There's always next time. And the time after that. And the time after that. 2016 was the first race at Talladega during the playoff format where Ryan came in already eliminated. Now this could go both ways. He has no incentive to win since it won't help him advance, but maybe he could show that he still wouldn't back down in the face of other drivers who need a win just as bad as I need a beer after writing all this. You know what? I'll be right back. In a mostly uneventful race, Newman finished 14th out of 34 cars on the lead lap. Not bad, not great, but we're talking about a guy that can't seem to catch a damn break at Talladega. Remember 2014, where Newman wrecked late in the spring race and got past on the last lap for the lead in turn 3? 2017 was part 2 of that. I'm going to do this one quick since it's almost on replay from earlier. Lap 186, Alabama Gang Superstretch. Newman gets tagged running 12th, and Pank hits the inside wall hard. He finishes 25th.
3 to go. I think Stenhouse has the fastest car, but he's got to have help. He's got to make the right move.
Yeah, there's just not a lot organized in that bottom lane. He's got some good pushers right there behind him. He just needs more people to get down that inside lane.
Casey Kane in the 5 trying to win his first restrictor plate race. Big Jimmy Johnson above his teammate.
Oh, we got a crash on the back straightaway.
Ryan Newman has brought out the caution with 3 to go.
Boy, the whole left side of that car is torn up. I love trends.
3 laps to go. 12th place Ryan Newman getting torn up in the race that will not end. Kevin Harvick gets the free pass as they idle across the line, and we will go to overtime.
The 2017 fall race would best be remembered for Junior's last time at the track he made his name at early in his career. It was also another occasion in which Ryan was passed in turn 3 by that same guy in 2014, Brad Keselowski. He came home second, his best finish at the track to that date.
It'll be 3 laps to go. A shootout here at Talladega. Into the restart zone. Will it be the final restart? Green flag back in the air. Right on the back bumper of the 2 is the 88 of Dale Jr. He's pushing. Takes a lap, maybe a little bit over to get up to top speed. Denny Hamlin pushing Ryan Newman. They've got a little advantage on the outside. Can he get Newman past him? Newman and Denny Hamlin clear the 2. Now the 2 working almost in tandem.
The 88 got on the outside of the 2, Keselowski.
88 clears the 2. Now the 2 fights back. There goes the 11 for the lead.
31 did a great job of side drafting. Ryan Newman got him back in the lead with that side draft.
2 laps to go. Newman out front. And way out front, maybe too far out in front, but will anyone work together to move up and try to pass the 31? Here comes the 43 of Eric Almirola, getting into the back bumper of the 2. The 2 Fords, will they work together to try to get by the Chevy?
Keselowski drug his brakes a little bit to get hooked up with Eric Almirola.
And now coming into the tri-oval, coming up on 1 lap to go. Ryan Newman has the lead. Can he hang on to it? 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Logano ducking in front of the 88. Now way up the racetrack they go. Diving to the bottom. Dale Earnhardt Jr. one last time down the Talladega super stretch. Newman has a car length in front of Keselowski. As they come into 3 and 4 for the final time, Keselowski on the high side, trying to take the lead away. Side by side as they exit 4. The tricky triangle, they're about to come through. Contact made. Keselowski still in front. Through the tri-oval they go. Keselowski's going to win at Talladega.
"2018 brought along a new body for the Chevrolet teams. Maybe, just maybe this is what he needed. And for one race, that was the case." Ryan finished in 9th place on the day, and going back to the track that fall was probably more looked forward to than years past. Oh, he finished 25th. Maybe what Ryan needed was a change. The Ford hype train was real at Talladega. There was guys like Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and they were showing the pack how to win at Talladega. Understandingly, Ryan joined the Ford camp at Roush Fenway Racing for 2019. And the results, actually, for the first time in seemingly forever, were great for our hero. His first race for Jack resulted in a 7th place finish. Finally, Ryan has a chance.
Everyone fighting for every position down the backstretch for the final time.
Ryan Newman, huge push from Hamlin.
Here comes Newman.
Oh,
sideways.
He saved it. He saved it.
That's going to give that 12 car a chance to get another run, but Newman way out front. They're going to have a big run coming up on this 6 car down the front straightaway.
Huge block coming right here.
Blaney, as they go around the 37, almost upside down. So's the 96, Parker Kligerman. Here they come. They make contact. They're side by side. It's a photo finish at the line. Blaney, by just a foot, is going to get the win over Newman.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Look at McMurray. He has a big run down.
Oh, we got one spinning.
And it's McMurray.
Got it.